highways in northern France turned into protest zones as hundreds of farmers rolled tractors onto the roads of Montreuil-sur-Mer in Pas-de-Calais, lighting fires and blocking traffic in a dramatic show of anger against French agricultural policy and the EU-Mercosur trade deal. Footage from the scene shows tractors lined across highways, hay and tyres burning in large fires, and excavators feeding the flames as police vehicles stood by to monitor the situation. Banners denouncing government policies and the Mercosur agreement were mounted on tractors, bringing traffic to a standstill. The protest was called by Rural Coordination, France's second-largest agricultural union, and drew up to 200 farmers, according to local media. It comes amid a fresh surge of demonstrations in northern France, while protests in the southwest have eased following the government's request for a holiday truce. Farmers say the EU-Mercosur trade deal, submitted for approval in September, threatens their livelihoods by opening European markets to cheaper agricultural imports from South America that they argue do not meet France's strict environmental and health standards. Benoît Dolle, a representative of the National Rally Party, accused President Emmanuel Macron of pushing the deal at the expense of French farmers. He described Macron as a staunch Europeanist.
As far as our president is concerned, we know very well that he has only one desire, and that is to sign this Mercosur agreement. So, he is forced to delay signing it, but his only ambition is to sign it, because he is a supporter of free trade, he is a supporter of Europeanism, he is a staunch Europeanist. And his sole desire, if you will, is essentially to promote the distribution and sale of German Audi and Mercedes vehicles, sacrificing French agriculture in the process. And he feels no shame about it.
Environmental concerns featured heavily at the protest. Laurent Gladieux, a departmental representative for Pas-de-Calais, warned that the agreement would create completely unfair competition.
To denounce a Mercosur treaty that is both unfair in its scope and substance, and which will create completely unfair competition with a country known to have environmental standards that are incomparable to those respected by French farmers. Brazil is the world's largest consumer of pesticides. We also know very well that the standards that exist in Brazil are completely uncontrollable. We have huge farms. We are dealing with agribusiness, so we are in the midst of French agricultural expertise.
Farmers also framed the protest as a fight over food quality and consumer trust. Consumers want to eat French food, one farmer said, rejecting Ukrainian chicken, Argentine beef, and Ukrainian grain, and calling for fair prices for domestic produce.
Today, with the population as healthy as possible, French agriculture is a little more virtuous. So we are asking that it be defended at its true value. And today, consumers want to eat French food. They want to eat quality food. They don't want to eat Ukrainian chicken. They don't want to eat Argentine beef. They don't want to eat wheat that comes from Ukraine either. And today, let French farmers produce quality food, but let's respect them by buying their products at their fair value.
With banners reading, "No to Mercosur, we will not die in silence," the protesters signaled they are prepared to escalate their resistance, warning that the trade deal represents not just economic pressure, but an existential threat to French farming.